Wow, another good episode. A little bit long and dragging, but you get the point. Hope you enjoyed it. It's fun. This is Sellavin now. You on episode 400 of Naruto Shippuden. 400. As a Taijutu user. We get to learn more of Shura's past. We know he's a Taijutu user. And his story is basically almost identical to Rock Lee. Like, he was a shinobi, like, he excelled great at Taijutsu, but had no chances at ninjutsu or genjutsu, so much so that the kids teased him for it. But the Hidden Sand is different from the Hidden Leaf. For example, there was a rule saying if you had any ninjutsu or genjutsu skills, you couldn't qualify for the academy. That wasn't until Gaara met him. Gaara met him, tested his abilities against him, the Kazekage, and because of that Gaara changed the old rules. So basically, Gaara being Kazekage now changed the rules and allowed him to become a shinobi. However, a lot of people didn't like that because there's a lot of people who live by the old rule, and he changed it. So a lot of people like all the changes that he did. And for example, there's the group that tried to kill him, but didn't, and nearly killed Kankuro. Sorry, I have an itch in my leg I had to scratch. But you get my point. This story itself is very, very, very good. And even though Shura, he tried his best himself, but one of the reasons that motivated him was his own determinations. So trying to be like Rock Lee. Because of Gaara's words, when he saw him, he saw the same potential that Lee had. A child that had no ninjutsu or genjutsu, but taijutsu, but also a fierce warrior. And Gaara saw that potential the same way Guy saw the potential in Lee. Even though he kind of modeled Lee after himself. But Shura, he's his own person, and so is Gaara. So, really, yeah. So we get to learn more of Shura's story. Like, basically, Gaara is the reason for him being what he is. However, but not everybody approved of the new rules. For example, those people, the other teams from the Hidden Sam, even though they turned their back on Shura, they don't like him. They tried to, in fact, they even tried to strike him down and kill him. And Shura still defended because he wants the Hidden Sand to pass. And wants him to pass this tuning exam to prove their worth to Lord Gaara. To Gaara. And to prove that Hidden Sand can muster up as many candidates as they could. I mean, it's been 2 years since the last tuning exam. So basically, he's trying his best to do everything he must in time. But you have to understand, and this is not easy. And Lee, even though Lee, he sees a lot of himself in Shura. He sees a lot of himself in Shura. He wants to fight Shura with all he has. However, Shura, he really agrees. He wants to face Lee in battle. But don't you think that they're facing each other is a little too soon? If I was the makers and producers of this arc, I would save it for the very last episode, or like all the way up to the highest point, like in the arena, like what happened in the last tuning exam. I want to see these two guys go at it, and like at the final rounds. What about you? I would do the same thing, but there's still some unknown potential that these boys do have. So give credit where credit is due. So I credit this whole arc, even though it's been short, only a few episodes, we've seen so far that Shura can be a definite rival for Lee. But there's still a lot to be undetermined. There's still a lot of key figures they still need to figure out. For example, there's still Fu of the Hidden Waterfall, the Hidden Rain group, and the Hidden Grass with that fat chubby guy and Greasy. But you get my point. The tuning exam still hasn't ended yet. But knowing those two, they should try to wait until they fight in the final bout. But knowing those two, they're so excited they're gonna go at it right now. I do want to see this fight, but only probably in the last episode. But we'll probably see it next, though, because it's the previews. But you have to understand, you gotta give credit where credit is due, and I give this a lot of credit. This episode itself showing the emotional side. Even though there wasn't a lot of action, this showed the emotional side. Of the story. And we really like it. I give this a thumbs up and 3 out of 5. For a good effort, maybe 3.5. But you have to give credit where credit's due, and I give this a lot of credit. I'll put the link down in the description. Hope you enjoyed this one. This is a review on Naruto Shippuden episode 400. as a Taijutsu user. Good luck. Can't wait to see those two go at it. Bye.